Hey, welcome back to Cameras and Coffee. Today is kind of a little departure from the normal outside underneath the orange tree or downtown or anything. Today we're in my glamorous kitchen talking about something that's kind of related to coffee. This stuff. You guys ever seen any of this stuff? This CRIO BRU. This stuff right here. CRIO BRU Brewed Cacao. Okay. You know, I'm a coffee drinker, right? Part of Cameras and Coffee. I haven't done many coffee things on this channel. This stuff that seems to be really trendy right now. I paid $33 for this bag. This bag right here. And this bag is a, how much does this bag weigh? Pound? Pound? This bag weighs a pound and a half. Pound and a half. So, you know, this is, you know, this is a pound. Yeah. This is about a pound and a half, is what it says. Lots to discuss here. I'm trying to get off drinking coffee because I've been drinking coffee for about 20 years. And I heard a lot about this about a year ago and didn't think much of it. You know, I thought it was okay. I thought it was expensive because it was. It's about 3 times as much as a regular pound of coffee anywhere you go, really. Like I said, this was $33 for this pound and a half of CRIO BRU Brewed Cacao. And I got the, this time I got the Ghana French roast, which seemed to have of all the stars on all their, on their Amazon page, this one seemed to have the most stars. So I decided, why not get it? Because last time I got the one that was voted most chocolatey or whatever, because I love chocolate too. Okay. So I decided to get this one. Couple things about this. This, you should not confuse this with hot chocolate. It is not a hot chocolate. It's not a, you know, it's not a Valrhona. You know, this is great. It's not this, I'll say it wrong, but the Guittard cocoa. This stuff's amazing. And of course, it's certainly not this. Okay. The exciting part of having coffee or something to drink in the morning is making it, because I love the whole process of doing it. And I need to show you that too, because I don't make it the same way probably most of you do. Decades ago, I was down in South America for about 6 weeks and had a chance to drink a lot of coffee, mingle with a lot of the locals, watch how they brewed their coffee. And it's much different than we do it. Well, ever since then, I've adopted the way that they brew their coffee. Because I think it's a much better idea. And I think if you try it the way they do it, you'll get a better, richer cup of coffee too. Anyway, we're going to talk about that in just a second. But this stuff, CRIO BRU, don't buy this if you're looking for a hot chocolate alternative. It's not. This is sort of like, it's sort of like an unsweetened Yoo-hoo, actually, if you guys know what Yoo-hoo is. That sort of chocolatey water drink. It's loaded with natural mood enhancers. Who doesn't need that? Natural appetite suppressant. Okay, good. Contains theobromine. Okay. In case you didn't know, and I couldn't remember exactly all the details, theobromine is a naturally occurring stimulant found in cacao that can be longer lasting, milder, and more pleasant than caffeine. Okay, good. So, you know, there's the happy face thing. You know, it says it right here. It's not coffee, it's cacao. That's what it is. It's not coffee. It doesn't, you can brew this like coffee like they say. It sort of smells like chocolate, but it kind of doesn't. Anyway, let's go look at the brewing process and what I've done to try to make this a little more exciting. Because if you just follow by just following the directions of 2 teaspoons, if you just follow the directions of the 2 teaspoons for 8 ounces of water over, you know, in a pour over, or if you're going to do a French press, I've done it. It's very watery. It kind of looks more like dirty water, and you know. Anyway, it wasn't amazing. I didn't go, wow, you know, like you see all the reviews on YouTube of the guy jumping up and down. Wow, I had this and I'm ready to run a marathon and make out with my chick all day. Nope, not with 2 heaping teaspoons per 8 ounces. I ramped it up and I doubled it and tripled it, 4 and 6, and honestly, it wasn't much of a difference. So we're gonna go do that right now. All right, walking away from this. Okay, guys. So for this, we're gonna use this. We're gonna do it this way. We're not gonna use this. We're gonna use these. No paper filters. We don't use those. So let's open up the cacao and I'll show you how they did it in South America. Okay. So spoons in here. 1, 2. I'm going to double it because I just thought that 2 was never enough. 2 was too watery, so I'm going to go 3, and then there we go, 4. Made a little bit of a mess. Then I'm going to stir this up. Yeah. And let that steep for a bit, because here's the scoop with this stuff. Unlike coffee, CRIO Brew is recommending that these guys, they recommend that you let this steep for a bit. So I'm going to do that and let this steep for a bit, stir this up. All the little grounds kind of fall to the bottom here. By the way, this is how the locals were brewing their coffee in South America when I was there. They were doing it this way because they told me, they was like, here's the way we do it. We do it this way because instead of just pouring your coffee over a bunch of dry paper filters like this, and you know, through one of these, you know, we just, you know, brew it, let it steep for a bit to really get all the flavor out of the coffee when I was down there doing coffee stuff. Similar process applies to this, okay? We're going to let this steep for a little bit because it will certainly help bring out a bit of the flavor. And like I was saying earlier, this is not to be confused with this amazing Valrhona, okay? This is cocoa powder, obviously, or the Guitard. Okay, this stuff's also cocoa powder. And while that's steeping, I'm just going to show you the difference, how that looks, and how the Valrhona looks. Because the Valrhona is gorgeous. Well, I just have like these chocolate pieces like this. Like, wow, look at that. That's one powder nugget of Valrhona. Look at that color. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so if you're really into having the chocolate, this Valrhona cocoa makes an unbelievable cup of hot chocolate. Okay, so put this aside. Now check out this one too. Look at this. Look at this stuff. This guittard. I'm gonna pry this open. I want you to look at how red. Look at these. Look at how red this chocolate is. It's so cool. It has this sort of. Oh man, I can't even describe it, but it's just kind of like a deep, earthy kind of clay color. Gorgeous. Smells amazing. It tastes really good. So put this away. If you want an amazing cup of hot chocolate, hot cocoa, I should say, this stuff's great too. Okay. Okay. So a few minutes have lapsed. So if you're like me, part of the coffee process is I'm just going to pull this away and I'm going to get this ready. Part of the coffee process is having your morning routine's got to be cool, so it makes you feel great, I think. So here's what I do. I get a fun cup, my twister cup, lots of laughs. Get one of these screens. This is a gold ultra fine meshed screen. You've seen these at all the coffee shops and probably supermarkets or whatever. Just like $5 anyway. Get yourself one of these. Okay. Plop it in there. Boink. Right. And then we're just going to take this brewed cacao. I'm going to stir it up one more time. All right. I'm just going to pour it in there. Okay. And I'm going to let it sit for a second. All right. I'll tilt this forward so you guys can see it a little better. Here's all this stuff. Okay, so, you know, this is basically finished, right? Take this off, do this, get all the goodie out, and it is basically in the cup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what kind of color this is, and probably make a huge mess, but here's the color of this. So it's sort of a watery kind of shit. I can't, because you can't really see it. Not as dark and rich as coffee. The other thing I thought was interesting that I didn't hear anyone talk about that's important about coffee drinking, because I just noticed some on this, and you know, I know people take this. Move this over. I know people take these, you know, these grounds, right? People take these grounds and they mash them in their hands and make a big mess and rub them on top of their skin and do all this kind of fancy bullshit. You know, so after doing that, I'm going to rinse this off real quick. As they were doing that, as I tried it, and I said, wow, that's weird. What are all the weirdos? Why are all the weirdos doing all that stuff? And move this out of the way. Get my stuff back here. Why are all the weirdos rubbing all this stuff all over their skin? And all that stuff, and high-fiving and jumping up and down saying how great everything is. Well, this stuff, even after it's steeped for a bit, there seems to be a little bit of residual fat and oil left over from the bean, from the grounds, right? And one of the benefits of drinking coffee that's filtered, right? Filtered, is these filters trap all those unhealthy coffee oils coffee bean oil, fat, that ultimately gives your heart some drama. You know, for coffee drinkers, obviously, if you're a coffee snob, you probably don't filter it, but this removes all the harmful oil that's in coffee. And I think this feels like it does because I've done it, and my skin is beaded up after I've done it, and the residual smell stays on. I have a feeling that this also has a lot of that similar oil or fat that might not be super healthy if you drank this a lot. I'm not sure, and maybe I'll hear back from these guys, because I know that the CRIO BRU people say don't use these. Don't use this. No, no paper filters. Don't use these. That's what they say. That's what these guys say. They say don't use the paper filters. So anyway, so here are these cacao grounds, and although they look like coffee, this specific batch, doesn't have a very chocolatey aroma, okay? And maybe that's all been brewed out into my cup, because my cup is okay, you know? It's all right. You gotta get yourself in the right mindset, okay? It's not gonna be the Valrhona cocoa, which is amazing. It really is, and it's only $8. Wow, if you're a chocolate person, you know. If you're a coffee person, this stuff's great. I like it a lot. You only need 1 spoon because it's so strong, but not like, you know, give you a headache kind of strong, okay? This stuff's amazing. Guitard. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm not French. This cocoa is really cool. It's really delicious. It's certainly not, okay, it's certainly not this. But, you know, this is kind of fun too if you're, you know, like to reminisce on being a little kid. Okay, so here we go. Got coffee on me. Got cacao on me. So, I guess my takeaway is you know, where is it? Right here, I'll show you. Okay. I won't show you all the details, but you can see right there. Paid $33 for this 1.5 pound bag of ground cacao, and you know, it's fancy. I'm not upset. You know, I like to try new things all the time. I'm not one of those guys that has a freak out when they spend $6 on something or $30 on something, and it might not be their #1 thing. I'm not gonna like return it to sender and, oh my God, you know, and write some nasty review. I don't understand those people. You know, get a grip. It's just something to drink, okay? But it's very cool. Will I buy it again? Ouch. Well, it's $33, and you know, like I said earlier, this Guitard cocoa, $8, really good, super easy to make. You know, this stuff here is great. Espresso stuff, it's awesome. If you're in a real hurry and just want to grab something real fast, throw a spoon of this in a little cup, a little bit of creamer maybe. This stuff's great. Don't waste your money on anything else. Just go straight to this. I've tried a bunch of them. This stuff's the best for instant, okay? But this CRIO BRU, $33. Ouch. Kinda ouch. I was expecting more of a cocoa kind of thing. I know I've been rambling a bit. I was expecting more of a cocoa kind of thing. And it sort of does it. Does it smell up your house with cocoa? No, not as much as the coffee did. It didn't. You know, not as much as, you know, not as much as my cocoa, my Guittard, or the Valrhona, you know. It did an okay job. I'm not upset. I like it. Will I buy it again? Probably not. Like I said, I bought this a couple years ago, maybe a year ago. Tried it out when everyone was going crazy about this brewed cacao, like it's a new trend. I don't know. Jury's still out for me. Like I said, I don't dislike it, but if it was all lined up on a row of, you know, 20 bags of coffee like you see at your favorite coffee shop or supermarket, I don't know if it would be my first grab. You know what I mean? I would say try it if you want to try something different. Don't expect it to be like it says, because it says that. They're very upfront about it. It's not hot chocolate. It's not hot cocoa. And it's not coffee. Okay? It's sort of a watery version of an unsweetened hot cocoa made with water, no milk. Or, like I said earlier, an unsweetened yoo-hoo, maybe. So anyway, that's my take on the CRIO BRU Brewed Cacao. Check it out. You know, see for yourself. Thanks again for watching Cameras and Coffee. Go out and try some if you dare. Open that wallet. Try some CRIO BRU. You know, it's brewed cacao. Like they say on the label here, it's not coffee. It's not. It's cacao. You can be one of those cacao guys if you want to be real snooty. Check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.